Yorkshire seal innings victory in nail-biter. After hitting 199 on day 3 at Emerald Headingley, David Malan reiterated his desire to play Test match cricket, and on that showing, it's difficult to argue with him. The Yorkshire number 3 was majestic and put his side in a really strong position on day 4, the lead still over 200, with Orr and Haynes at the crease for Sussex. And the start was kind to them, the pair playing their way to a 50 partnership early in proceedings. But Yorkshire had the early wickets they were after, Haynes the first man to go, out to Bess, courtesy of a sprawling catch from Lythe. And then another one for them to enjoy, Van Zyl unable to get off the mark, caught behind first ball off the bowling of Thompson. But the early success dried up a bit for the hosts, Sussex battling their way back to restore some order. In a game littered with landmarks for precocious talents, another of Sussex's young debutants had a moment to remember. 50 for 20-year-old Ali Orr sealed when he pulled Thompson for 4. They pushed the score beyond 100 runs, the deficit reduced to 140 at lunch. More work to be done by the Sussex batters in the afternoon. With a single off Willie to take the score to 111, Thomason ticked the partnership over to 50 runs. Bess was twirling away, looking to separate the pair, and he finally found the wicket he'd been hunting. Orr bowled for 67 with his side 120 behind. Thomason and Head remained resolute though. They were more than happy to take their time as the afternoon session wore on. They breached 150 runs, the deficit now dipped into double figures, but Travis Head couldn't stick around for much more. The score was up to 164 when he flashed at one off code and was snaffled in the slips, a confidence-boosting wicket for the hosts. They'd add just one more to the total before tea, just the final session left for Yorkshire to make the most of their advantage. There would be no renewed urgency at the break, the skipper out there now with Thomason, and the pair refused to be beaten, the run rate less than 1 and over. A rare boundary from the pair gave Sussex a moment to enjoy, a third 50 of the season to Thomason. But with Sussex looking in control and the game meandering its way towards the close, Yorkshire struck with 2 in 4 balls. Thomason was first to go to Bess, Lythe with the catch at slip. He saluted the Yorkshire crowd in his passionate celebration. And then Ibrahim followed, Lythe again fed at slip, Sussex fingernails under threat. Brown and Carson were in familiar territory, but they couldn't resist for very long. Carson caught at the second attempt by Thompson off Willie. Willie repeated Bess's trick. 2 balls later, Stuart Meeker had to go, and all of a sudden, Yorkshire were heading for victory. It was all falling apart for the visitors. Willie with the next wicket, Crocombe caught behind, and Sussex now just 1 away from defeat. It took them a while. Bess out of the attack with a finger injury, and Atkins and Brown defiantly sticking around and taking the score past 200. But after toiling away with the ball, with 5 overs left in the day, Brown fell. Caught behind off Patterson, and Yorkshire had sealed the win. Jubilant scenes from the hosts, with the margin, an innings and 30 runs. The result sees Yorkshire close in on their rivals at the top of the group, the gap now down to just 4 points. Sussex are still rooted to the bottom of the table, winless Kent ahead of them thanks to their draw with Northamptonshire. Both teams will now focus on the shorter format with the LV County Championship on hiatus until July. Yorkshire are back in action against third place Northamptonshire, a lot to play for there, while Sussex will hope to arrest their poor form when they host Glamorgan back on the south coast.